What do you mean? Hailey Bieber wrote about being rejected after dispelling split rumors with husband Justin Bieber. The Rode founder took to Instagram on Saturday to share a photo dump called Some Bits, which included various selfies and product shots from her beauty line. However, one specific photo stood out to netizens as it read, "I am imperfect. I have been rejected. I still have purpose." Following her post, one person wrote in the comment section, "Yes mom, we still got purpose. You've got this growing heart, show up for yourself," a second person commented. Meanwhile, another person referenced the questionable post, pointing out, "What about third post, did someone notice?" Since December, Hailey and Justin have been at the center of divorce rumors after pop culture podcaster Sloan Hooks theorized that they were feuding based on Instagram stories they've been sharing. "I just received a tip about Justin Bieber and his wife, Hailey, and it doesn't look like things are going too well," he said at the beginning of his video. Hooks also pointed out that the two seemingly spent the holidays apart as Hailey, 28, shared photos from her girls' trip to Anguilla with Lori Harvey and Justine Skye. Netizens later noticed that Justin, 30, seemingly unfollowed the model on Instagram. The baby singer, who married Hailey in 2018, later claimed via Instagram stories that someone had hacked his account and unfollowed her. Since then, they've attempted to dispel the rumors by taking a family trip to Aspen, Colorado and sharing loved-up pics. An insider later told Page Six that the pair are doing amazing and loving this new chapter as parents after welcoming their son, Jack Blues, in August. Our source also slammed the speculation and said the couple thinks the rumors about them splitting are ridiculous. "They're in love and doing great," the insider shared. They ignore the headlines and rumors about their relationship as much as they can and instead focus on what's the most important to them, their family, their careers, their friends and God. New Orleans, the Aaron Rodgers era with the Jets is apparently over. Fox Sports insider Jay Glazer reported that Rodgers met with the Jets last week in New Jersey and was told that the team is moving on from him. This is not a surprise. Things have been trending this way for months with the Jets making a change at general manager and head coach. New GM Darren Moogie and coach Aaron Glenn did not say much about Rodgers at their introductory press conference, and that silence was telling. It has been believed for a while that the team would move on from Rodgers. It would be difficult for Glenn to establish a new program with the 41-year-old Rodgers having such a big presence inside the organization. It is unclear if Rodgers wants to keep playing, but the fact that he flew back to New Jersey to have the discussion indicates he is still considering it. Rodgers could move to another team or he could retire. All of it is a disappointing ending to the blockbuster trade the Jets made with the Packers in April 2023 to land Rodgers. The four-time MVP provided hope to a Jets franchise that seems to be conducting a never-ending search for a franchise quarterback. Rodgers' first season with the Jets began with much fanfare with Hard Knocks cameras in training camp and an electric introduction before their Week 1 game against the Bills on Monday Night Football. It all came crashing down 4 plays into that game, though, when he tore the Achilles tendon in his left ankle. The Jets struggled with Zach Wilson, Tim Boyle, and Trevor Siemian taking turns trying to replace Rodgers, who held out hope of returning in December if the Jets were in contention. They were not, though, and he did not play again in 2023. The Jets finished 7-10, ratcheting up the pressure on everyone going into 2024. Rodgers was able to stay healthy this season, starting all 17 games, but his play was uneven. Leg injuries hindered his play for a long stretch of the season and he struggled to find chemistry with young stars Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. Rodgers ended up throwing for 3,897 yards, 28 touchdown passes and 11 interceptions, very respectable numbers, but the team went just 5-12. Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas, the coach and GM who brought Rodgers to the Jets, were fired in October and November, respectively. Beyond what Rodgers did on the field, there was always something going on off the field, and that must be part of this decision, too. Rodgers appeared on the Pat McAfee Show weekly and often made headlines with his views on vaccines or a feud with late-night host Jimmy Kimmel. In March, Rodgers was reportedly under consideration to be Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s vice president, which then sparked a CNN story about Rodgers being a Sandy Hook denier, which he said was untrue. Rodgers then failed to appear at June's mandatory minicamp, choosing to take a trip to Egypt instead. During the season, Rodgers seemed to take shots at owner Woody Johnson about the timing of the Saleh firing 5 games into the season. He pointed out that strong franchises support their coaches, using the Lions as an example. He later joked on McAfee that he had never been cut by a teenager, a reference to the idea that Johnson's teenaged sons have power inside the Jets. By cutting him, the Jets will incur a $49 million dead money charge this season, unless they designated it as a post-June 1 cut. If they go the post-June 1 route, they can spread the hit over 2 years, $14 million in 2025 and $35 million in 2026. Glenn and Moogie may just want to eat all of the money in year 1 of their time with the Jets. As far as cash, the Jets don't owe Rodgers any more guaranteed money. The Rodgers move is the first big one of the Jets' offseason. It also makes a release of wide receiver Davante Adams and his $35.6 million salary likely. The Jets traded for Adams in October to reunite him with Rodgers. It is hard to see any future Adams has, or would want, with the Jets without Rodgers. A small town in Bucks County, Pennsylvania has some big deal residents. New Hope, located adjacent to the Delaware River in between Philadelphia and Manhattan, has become a celebrity hotspot over the last few years as stars flock to the tranquil town for privacy. Yolanda Hadid started the trend when she bought a 32-acre, 5,000-square-foot property there in 2017 to be closer to her daughters, models Gigi and Bella Hadid, when they were living in New York City. The former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills stars Pennsylvania residence features a stone farmhouse, horse stables and a botanical garden. Over time, Yolanda's daughters have spent more time at the farmhouse and continue to document their quaint life there on Instagram. "It's where we can all come and feel like ourselves again," Gigi told Elle in 2019 about the family home. "When I'm here, I just get in my truck and go to the store. Kids get excited at the market, but they don't take their phones out," the supermodel added. "They want us to feel normal, and that's very appreciated." In 2018, Gigi's then-boyfriend, Zayn Malik, bought a farm in New Hope. 2 years later, Gigi gave birth to her and Malik's daughter Kai at Yolanda's house. While the stars broke up in 2021 after Malik, 32, got into a physical fight with Yolanda, 61, he still lives in Bucks County to be near his daughter. "It's a very rural environment. It's just chill, it's quiet, there are no human beings," the former One Direction member told British Vogue last year. "You know, you get space to really reflect on your thoughts and think about things, without all the noise of the world," he added. Gigi is currently dating Bradley Cooper, who bought his own $6.5 million gentleman's farm near Yolanda's property in New Hope. Cooper, 50, who hails from Abington Township near Philadelphia, purchased the plot of land in December 2023. The Oscar nominee's farmhouse boasts 7 bedrooms and 6 baths spread over a spacious 6,300 square feet, and has undergone several renovations and expansions over the years to morph into a palatial retreat. Built in 1704, notable features of Cooper's home include a refurbished guest house, a timeless stone bank barn, plus luxurious amenities such as a pool, a pond and access to a serene 20-acre private lake ideal for canoeing and kayaking. Bucks County has also attracted the likes of Leonardo DiCaprio, Sydney Sweeney and Julianne Moore, who have been seen filming movies near the area. Taylor Swift enjoyed a dinner out with mom Andrea Swift, Kylie Kelce, and the HAIM sisters in New Orleans ahead of Super Bowl 2025. The pop star was seen getting out of a black SUV flanked by her friends and family on Saturday, one night before her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, and the Kansas City Chiefs are set to face off against the Philadelphia Eagles. For the fun outing, Taylor wore a black top with black shorts, a faux fur coat, black booties, and a matching black bag. She completed the look with her iconic red lipstick and a fresh blowout. Taylor, along with musicians Danielle and Alana Haim, were photographed walking into Gianna Restaurant, where they met Kylie at the bar. Taylor's dad, Scott Swift, also joined the group as he was later seen chatting with Kylie while everyone took a seat at their table. The group's outing comes just one day after Taylor and Travis, both 35, went on a double date with Britney and Patrick Mahomes, both 29, to celebrate the Chiefs clinching a spot at the Super Bowl 59. The foursome visited Lillet, a French restaurant dubbed one of the sexiest establishments in New Orleans, and had dinner at a backroom table. Page 6 exclusively revealed that the group dined on duck and ricotta agnolotti, gnocchi in a butter and sage sauce, and had grouper fish as an entree. Taylor, along with her friends and family, have made their way to Louisiana to watch the Chiefs attempt to secure their record-breaking third consecutive Super Bowl title at Caesars Superdome. The Chiefs previously beat the Eagles in 2023, where Travis famously faced off against his brother, Jason Kelce. The Missouri-based team won their second Super Bowl in a row in 2024 when they beat the San Francisco 49ers. If the Chiefs win on Sunday, they will earn their third Super Bowl title in a row, which has never been achieved in NFL history. This is the second Super Bowl that Taylor will be attending, as she previously cheered on Travis, whom she has been dating since the summer of 2023, at the Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. David Schwimmer might be a friend to many, but Kanye West isn't one of them. The Friends star took to Instagram Saturday after the rapper posted a new series of controversial and anti-Semitic tweets and asked ex-owner Elon Musk to remove the rapper from the social media platform. "We can't stop a deranged bigot from spewing hate-filled, ignorant bile, but we can stop giving him a megaphone, Mr. Musk," the Jewish actor said. Kanye West has 32.7 million followers on your platform, X. That's twice as many people than the number of Jews in existence. His sick hate speech results in real-life violence against Jews. The 58-year-old actor continued, "I don't know what's worse, the fact that he identifies as a Nazi, which implies he wants to exterminate all marginalized communities including his own, or the fact that there is not sufficient outrage to remove and ban him from all social media at this point. Silence is complicity." The Madagascar voice actor's plea comes after the Bound 2 rapper, now known as Ye, tweeted, "I don't like or trust no Jewish person, and this is completely sober with no Hennessy." The rapper also wrote, "I'm a Nazi, and I'm racist. Stereotypes exist for a reason and they all be true. You can get money with Jewish people, but they always gonna steal and invite you over to their house on Friday." He further penned, "Jewish people actually hate white people and use black people, and I love Hitler. Now what bitches? I'm never apologizing for my Jewish comments." West's latest posts began after Sunday's 2025 Grammys, where he sparked outrage by appearing with wife Bianca Censori, who was clad in a see-through nude mini dress. The 47-year-old initially wrote about the red carpet stunt, saying he had dominion over his wife. He also wrote that their relationship isn't no woke as Agus, feminist st, and noted, "She's with a billionaire, why would she listen to any of you dumbass broke bitches?" He then praised Adolf Hitler, writing, "Hitler was so fresh. I'm racist. Stereotypes exist for a reason and they all be true," West further said in the since-deleted message. "Some of my best friends are Jewish and I don't trust any of them." The Gold Digger rapper was previously banned from X from December 2022 through the summer of 2023 after he posted a swastika and a series of tweets with similarly disturbing content. The posts also led Adidas to cut ties with West. In the renewed vigor of the Oval Office, President Trump doesn't take meetings in the traditional sense, where one guest leaves before another arrives. Instead, in gregarious fashion, the president rolls one meeting into another and introduces the principals to each other, creating a burst of high-energy chemistry and humor that has transformed the White House from a mausoleum into a symphony of personal interaction. He has shaken so many hands that the back of his right hand is almost permanently adorned with a large skin-colored band-aid to cover bruises and scratches from enthusiastic well-wishers. His days start at 6 a.m. and often end close to midnight over small convivial dinners in the White House with assorted dignitaries. He is more lively at 78 than most people 40 years younger. When he wakes up, the first thing that goes through his mind, he says, is business. Everything's business. Now, it's political business. There's no thoughts of leisure, no going to the beach like sleepy Joe Biden did and falling asleep in front of the press. How do you fall asleep in front of the press? On Friday, he flew home to spend a couple of nights in balmy Palm Beach, where the elegantly attired members of the private club he owns, Mar-a-Lago, stand to applaud him whenever he enters the Golden Terrace for dinner. The eclectic menu includes homey offerings like Mary Trump's meatloaf. In less than 3 weeks, he has shaken up America and the world with non-stop activity. He signed 500 executive actions, held meetings at the White House with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, and has spoken to dozens of world leaders and U.S. politicians. "We have a country to save," his chief of staff Susie Wiles tells supporters when explaining the breakneck pace. In a far cry from his predecessor's Spartan and highly controlled encounters with the Fourth Estate, Trump holds packed press conferences and takes questions from all comers. He expresses great pride in Caroline Leavitt, who, at 27, is the youngest White House press secretary in history. She has earned plaudits from the press gallery and the public for her feisty displays at the podium. She was given a standing ovation when she walked onto the Mar-a-Lago terrace Friday night. Trump ruefully joked with her that, like him, it wasn't a high bar to do better than their predecessors. Trump also is proud of Elon Musk, the billionaire wunderkind who was rooting out waste and corruption to the tune of over $1 trillion a year in savings for the American taxpayer. Musk is leading a team of young high IQ kids at the new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. After cutting a swath through USAID, I think we should close it down and let it be run by the State Department, Trump said. The president gave Musk permission Friday to add an extra 45 staff to his team, recruited from his various tech businesses. Next, they will tackle the Pentagon and other agencies, including potentially the FBI and CIA. It's the greatest thing that's happened to this country in many years, Trump told the Post. They're finding all the waste and fraud and corruption that nobody thought anybody would ever look for. Of federal spending, he said, I thought it was corrupt. I have a feel for that stuff. My nose told me it was corrupt. Nobody else had any idea it was that corrupt. Think about it. Out of 100 items that we looked at, 98 were bad. Normally it's the other way, 98 are good and you find 2 bad. They're all bad. Horrible. Trump has developed a paternal affection for Musk and agrees that the richest man in the world possibly sees him as a father figure. He's a different guy. A very good guy. For one thing, he's very intelligent. He's sort of childlike. He's a very good guy. Very smart guy. I always thought of him as a loner, a recluse, but he's becoming very unreclusive. It's amazing. He feels this is one of the most important things you can do. Trump was amused Thursday night in the Oval Office when an ebullient Musk and journalist Tucker Carlson turned up for a chat, both wearing ridiculously oversized red MAGA hats. Trump has turned a small space off the Oval Office, one that he used to call the Monica Room, into a merch display with every variation of MAGA hat arrayed on shelves, including Musk's favorite black on black, as well as golden shoes, water bottles and copies of his coffee table books. After their chat, Musk posted on his X platform, I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. When Travis Kelce's not turning heads with tunnel fits from luxury labels like Louis Vuitton and Bottega Veneta, he's likely sporting a custom suit by Tom Marcatelli of Gentleman's Playbook, whose client list includes 500 pro athletes, and counting. And as Marcatelli tells Page Six Style, the pair's nearly decade-long working relationship began with a good old-fashioned Instagram DM. He slid right in, I'm so proud to say that, the menswear designer says, adding that Kelce had admired the suit he'd made for Kansas City Royals players Eric Hosmer to wear to the White House after the team won the World Series in 2015. Travis texted Hosmer and said, who made you that suit? I need that guy. And the next day, Travis DM'd me and he said, hey, I heard you're the guy. I need you to come tailor me for some suits. Always one to strike while the iron is hot, as he puts it, Marcatelli met up with Kelce at his New York City hotel, dressed in a two-tone plaid suit that earned him instant compliments from the tight end. I knew that he wanted the fabrics that no one else would have. He was one of the first that really pushed me into wilder looks, the sports stylist says. He's always had that eye to really push the envelope and wear things that got people talking, because that's what he loves to do. Case in point? The eye-popping neon green suit Marcatelli made for Kelce to wear to the 2020 Super Bowl in Miami. For Miami, obviously, we had to go crazy tropical, he recalls of the look, which Kelce paired with triangular Saint Laurent sunglasses and a patterned silk shirt unbuttoned low enough to show off his triple-layered diamond chains. Most recently, Marcatelli outfitted Kelce and his teammate Chris Jones for their photoshoot announcing the Chiefs' playoff captains last month, marking the second straight year he's dressed the duo for the major moment. I love that Travis wore that pinstriped suit, because people are so used to seeing him in the really unique, out-of-the-ordinary prints and fabrics and materials, he said of the surprisingly classic choice, adding that he still kept it Trav with the sneakers. Marcatelli's personal favorite suit he's made for Kelce, however, is his royal blue paisley number from the 2018 ESPYs, which wasn't the tight end's first choice for the evening, as it turns out. For that red carpet, Travis asked me to make him a short suit. It was LA, it was 100 degrees, he says. I'm not in the business of telling anybody no, especially Travis Kelce, but I said, Trav, I can't do it. A short suit is not it right now. You're a huge guy, you've got great legs, but it's inelegant for a red carpet. After convincing Kelce that the blue paisley was the better move, the pair arrived on the red carpet only to discover that 6 other players were wearing short suits. He looks at me and he goes, "You were right, Tom. Imagine being one of 7 in short suits." He doesn't want to be grouped in any type of category. He's in his own league. And while Marcatelli's influenced Kelce's style during their time working together, it goes both ways. The tailors adopted the tight end's habit of rubbing his hands together on the red carpet, a move he calls so flattering to the suit. I asked him once. I said, "You know, what's going on with the hand pose?" And he said, "It's accentuating the cut of the suit, it's really flattering and it shows off a muscular build." I do that in all my videos without even thinking now, because I want to show off the fit that I'm creating for my clients and for myself. And I always think of Trav when I do it. Should wedding bells ring for Kelce and girlfriend Taylor Swift? By the way, Marcatelli's ready to clear his schedule to craft the perfect tux. I'll be in line behind Christian Dior, Tom Ford, Tom Brown, Louis Vuitton, Amiri and everybody, he quips. It's hard to believe that just about 10 years ago, Marcatelli was working as an accountant at an NYC hedge fund rather than designing menswear for sports megastars. He'd always had a flair for fashion, however, and started his Gentleman's Playbook Instagram account to show off his own custom suits procured from local tailors, always cropping his head out of the shots he posted, so as to keep the focus on his fits. Within a year, he'd amassed 100,000 followers. Athletes started following me like crazy, he recalls. One was former NFL quarterback Chase Daniel, who'd met Marcatelli and became his first famous client. He said, "I want to look like the guy in the pictures." "Can you make me look like him?" he tells us. I said, "I love that you said that. I'm the guy in the pictures." After learning how to take a client's measurements with help from a Los Angeles tailoring shop, the same one that produces all his designs to this day, Marcatelli flew out to Kansas City to fit Daniel for his wedding suit. Word of his work traveled fast within NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and WWE locker rooms, and Marcatelli's client list exploded. Soon, he quit his day job to focus on fashion full-time. As he grew increasingly busy, however, he maintained his commitment to top-tier service, flying to meet each new customer at their home or team headquarters, fit them in person and present them with fabric options. And while he says the standard turnaround for one of his bespoke suits is 3 weeks, he's done 24 hours countless times for clients in a rush. Of course, such service doesn't come cheap. Marcatelli's suits are typically priced between $3,000 and $4,000 each, and sometimes it can go over that, he says. And unlike many brands, he doesn't gift his designs or offer discounts in exchange for social media or on-air shoutouts. I always say the guys are paying for the best fabrics, fit and service, the personal service that I provide. I'm at your door the next day, right? If it's across the country, doesn't matter, I'm there, he says. And those prices certainly don't seem to deter his most loyal clients, like Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, whom he met while waiting in a hotel lobby ahead of the 2017 NFL honors. He walked over to me and opened my suit jacket and said, "Who made this?" I said, "I made it." And he reached out his hand and goes, "I'm ready to buy right now," Marcatelli recalls. He changed my business forever. Prescott now owns around 150 of Marcatelli's custom suits, and has never repeated a single one for 8 seasons straight. What's more, you'll never spy anyone else wearing one of his bespoke Gentleman's Playbook designs. Everything made for Dak is one of one. Everything made for Shannon Sharpe is one of one, Marcatelli says, name-checking another of his VIP customers. Sharpe made sure to let me know, "Tom, I don't even want to see a fabric that you're putting on me, on any other NFL player." And he deserves that, because Shannon is the best-dressed man on all television, in my opinion, and has been for years. Other loyal clients of Marcatelli's include Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen, he's engaged to Haley Steinfeld, and I sure hope I get the nod for that wedding, he quips, and Atlanta Falcons safety Justin Simmons, whom he calls one of my supermodels. He's built like a mannequin, Marcatelli explains. And when I go fit guys in other sports, they pull up pictures of Justin more than anyone. After all, while the suit savant says helping the superheroes of the pro sports world raise their fashion profiles is his favorite part of the job, he'll be the first to acknowledge how cutthroat his clients can be when trying to one-up each other with their tunnel walks. It's a sport within a sport, he says. I like the competitiveness, and I want them to try to outdress each other, because guess who wins? Me, every time. President Trump has spoken to Russian leader Vladimir Putin on the phone to try to negotiate an end to the Ukraine war, he told the Post in an exclusive interview aboard Air Force One Friday. I'd better not say, said Trump when asked how many times the two leaders have spoken. But he believes Putin does care about the killing on the battlefield. He wants to see people stop dying, said Trump. All those dead people. Young, beautiful people. They're like your kids, 2 million of them, and for no reason. The 3-year-old war never would have happened if he had been president in 2022, Trump asserted. I always had a good relationship with Putin, he said, unlike his predecessor. Biden was an embarrassment to our nation. A complete embarrassment. Trump said he has a concrete plan to end the war. I hope it's fast. Every day people are dying. This war is so bad in Ukraine. I want to end this damn thing. Addressing National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, who joined him in his study aboard Air Force One Friday night, the president said, let's get these meetings going. They want to meet. Every day people are dying. Young handsome soldiers are being killed. Young men, like my sons. On both sides. All over the battlefield. Vice President Vance will meet Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky at the Munich Security Conference next week. Trump has said he wants to strike a $500 million deal with Zelensky to access rare earth minerals and gas in Ukraine in exchange for security guarantees in any potential peace settlement. On Iran, Trump told the Post, I would like a deal done with Iran on non-nuclear. I would prefer that to bombing the hell out of it. They don't want to die. Nobody wants to die. If we made the deal, Israel wouldn't bomb them. But he would not reveal details of any potential negotiations with Iran. In a way, I don't like telling you what I'm going to tell them. You know, it's not nice. I could tell what I have to tell them, and I hope they decide that they're not going to do what they're currently thinking of doing. And I think they'll really be happy. I'd tell them I'd make a deal. As for what he would offer Iran in return, he said, I can't say that because it's too nasty. I won't bomb them. David Lynch's cause of death has been revealed. The legendary filmmaker passed away January 16 at age 78 from cardiac arrest due to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, according to TMZ, who obtained Lynch's death certificate from the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health. Dehydration was also listed as a significant contributor to Lynch's death. The Post has reached out to Lynch's rep for comment. Lynch's family announced his death on social media last month. It is with deep regret that we, his family, announce the passing of the man and the artist, David Lynch, the family's Facebook statement read. We would appreciate some privacy at this time. There's a big hole in the world now that he's no longer with us. But, as he would say, keep your eye on the donut and not on the hole, the statement added. It's a beautiful day with golden sunshine and blue skies all the way. It was reported the week before Lynch's death that he evacuated his LA home near Laurel Canyon Boulevard due to the deadly wildfires. His producer Sabrina Sutherland confirmed that he was safe. The late star, famous for co-creating the series Twin Peaks and directing films like Dune, Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive, was diagnosed with emphysema, a chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, back in 2020. In November 2024, Lynch told people that he needed supplemental oxygen to do much of anything. What you sow is what you reap, said Lynch. You're literally playing with fire. It can bite you. I took a chance, and I got bit. The Oscar nominee, who started smoking at age 8 but quit in 2022, told Sight and Sound magazine last year that he was homebound because it would be very bad for me to get sick, even with a cold. After his death, Lynch was honored on social media by many stars including Kyle MacLachlan, who starred in Dune, Blue Velvet and Twin Peaks. 42 years ago, for reasons beyond my comprehension, David Lynch plucked me out of obscurity to star in his first and last big-budget movie, MacLachlan, 65, wrote on Instagram. Our friendship blossomed on Blue Velvet and then Twin Peaks, and I always found him to be the most authentically alive person I'd ever met," the actor continued. McLachlan added, "While the world has lost a remarkable artist, I've lost a dear friend who imagined a future for me and allowed me to travel in worlds I could never have conceived on my own." Naomi Watts, who starred in Mulholland Drive, remembered Lynch in an Instagram tribute of her own. "My heart is broken. My buddy Dave. The world will not be the same without him," wrote Watts, 56. The actress said she was lucky to have known Lynch and praised his exquisite storytelling, which elevated cinema and inspired generations of filmmakers across the globe. The founder and CEO of a prominent Capital District law firm was killed in a skiing mishap at an upstate ski mountain on Saturday, police and the firm said Sunday. Kevin Colwell, 53, head of the Albany law offices of Colwell Law Group, died after being found severely injured near the Sagamore Trail at Gore Mountain around 11 a.m., state police said in a release. Colwell was identified on Facebook by the firm he founded. "This is an immense tragedy for all of us at the Colwell Law Group," Jennifer Stevens, chief operating officer at Colwell, said in a statement. Kevin built not just a business, but a family, and the loss of his presence is felt deeply by all who had the privilege of working with him. Police said the injured Colwell was spotted on the slopes and died despite life-saving efforts by bystanders and members of the ski patrol. His law firm has been in practice for nearly 20 years around the state capital as well as in western and central New York, the law group's statement said. Gore Mountain officials shut down the Burnt Ridge section of the resort on Saturday, which was scheduled to reopen during the day on Sunday. Troopers said an investigation into the fatal incident is underway.